wavvyboi, that's the right pronunciation.
Yeah, I think it's more wavy boy.
Wavvyboi.
Wavy boy, yeah. That would be nice.
And what does it mean? Why have you chosen this name?
I think it came from me being very into like surf rock music back then. Like I really loved to listen to surf rock, garage rock from LA and stuff. Like it just was some kind of skate punk music. And there was a band called Waves, and I kind of found it very interesting that the band chose to write it with two V's. So that's why I chose to have two V's as well. But for me, it kind of I needed something else, like to have something that goes with waves. So I had to take a wavy boy, I think. And I used to do like surf rock music, and that was my first impression of doing my career stuff. And the early stuff that I posted on SoundCloud sounded like, yeah, some garage rock music. So the wavy boy term fitted for it, and I think it's fine. Um, Also, I love to go to the beach as well, so it's kind of nice.
Yeah, but about the group The Wave. So you are kind of a van boy.
I'm kind of a fanboy, yeah.
Yeah. How long are you already in the music business?
Well, I think, oh my gosh, I've been doing like the music stuff as like wavy boy for maybe 6 years or something, 7 years, I think. But I used to be like in a band, I don't know, 10 years ago. So like when I was like 16, 17, I started doing it, but that stuff wasn't like professional in like a professional level. And I started posting stuff on SoundCloud and like posting my music, and that's how I got into the music business because someone found me on the internet and thought it would be nice.
And the band, with members from Liechtenstein, because you're from Liechtenstein.
Yeah, I mean, the band was in Liechtenstein. So when we were young, like we were like friends and we used to go skateboarding and we just wanted to make music. So we had like a band, and the band kind of developed into everyone was doing stuff and doing careers. And I kind of, for me, decided to do like music like on a professional level. So I started kind of creating my own persona as Wavy Boy after leaving that band. I mean, I've never left the band. We are still friends and we love each other, and we sometimes meet up to make music, but it's kind of separated from the band that I played in because we used to play covers in that band. We used to play like Jimi Hendrix and Rolling Stones and Beatles and stuff. It was just a bunch of friends having fun making music.
And is the band also in Berlin on the stage?
They're not on stage in Berlin, but in Berlin, I'm gonna have a band, like another band that it's like just musicians that I've met, and gonna be new musicians. And yeah, I think it's gonna be nice. On tour, I also have like musicians that I just ask, hey, you want to do a show for a tour, or you want to be the drummer for the next tour? It's like I'm not having a specific team always. I used to have like one person, for example, that is doing the synthesizer stuff, Tani, and he's on tour with me usually. So I always collect the musicians together, and that's how I do live shows.
You're not famous yet, but have you already made some records?
I mean, I've made records, yeah. I think, oh God, I think I haven't really done like many albums and stuff. I have like one full EP that some kind of way is an album, I think, but it's only 8 tracks, actually 7 tracks plus a demo. So that's probably my only real full bundle release. And I used to just like release singles because I was still finding myself or like trying to explore my musical taste and everything. And but I'm currently working on an album, like on a whole project, or I've been working on it for quite some time
Yeah,
now.
yeah, you also sang in German?
Yeah, I usually always like sang in German. When I
Hmm.
started doing it around about 17 and 18, I only did English music. So my first releases were like English, and then I just gave myself the mission to, hey, let's try to make some great music in German as well. And I think that the language, like the German language, is very poetic and it can sound very beautiful, but it's a big challenge to make it sound musically and like beautiful in a music way. And I always kept on making like English music as well. So I kind of love both, and I really want to do both anyways, because in the modern time you can do that.
Which language
Yeah.
do you prefer then to sing in? English or
Mm, I gotta
German?
be honest, I think I prefer singing in English because it's just how I started. I've been singing in English like more often or more frequently than in German. So it's funny because whenever I'm with my vocal coach, he's called Der Grube, um, we usually always sang like Prince and Bowie and stuff like that. It's only like English music that we really practiced when it comes to singing. So it's usually a bit more natural for me to sing in English, I think. But I love both. It's great.
But you
Yeah,
do not make a version of Black Glitter in German, wie schwarzes Glitzer
Yeah,
or something.
I could try doing it. It's not that easy. I mean, I think Tokyo Hotel did it with specific songs, and I think they nailed it. But it would be something that we really need to dive into again to because schwarzer Glitzer, oder it sounds so like so different to black glitter, you know? It's
yeah,
usually a bit hard to do it, but if you find a way and have some talented people around you that really get the right words into it, it might work. We're gonna try, I think.
yeah.
Could be nice.
You're from Liechtenstein, from Balzer,
Yeah,
and yeah, now you participate or are participating in the German final, but Liechtenstein is surrounded by Austria, by Switzerland.
mm.
Uh, did you ever think, well, I'm going to participate there? Or for Liechtenstein, there was a moment when Liechtenstein was perhaps participating in the song contest.
I think I'm not sure if Liechtenstein ever like was like part of it because they never really
No, they
tried, I
weren't
think.
part of it. They
They
weren't
were
part,
never,
but they
yeah.
wanted to
They wanted to,
participate.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I gotta be honest, it's like a lot of people are here, like in Liechtenstein, where I don't know, they should probably focus on it and try to do it. But for me, when it comes to my decision why I'm doing it for Germany is because I really started making music as Wavy Boy in Germany. I moved to Cologne. I studied in Cologne, like I studied music there. I got my friends and everyone over there. So for me, it just made sense to do it in Germany. I have like my whole community like is in Germany. So whenever I play a show in Germany, it's bigger than a show in Liechtenstein or in Switzerland and also
yeah,
Austria. So I feel like a connection when it comes to my music and to my community and like to the people that I really work with. So it just made sense to do that decision to go for Germany, I think. And I will probably always choose it like that because
yeah.
yeah, it just makes sense for me.
Is balsa also inspiration for you in your music? Do you take something from there and put it
Mm,
into your music?
my hometown, you mean? Like the
Yeah.
Liechtenstein Balzers? Yeah, it depends for me. I mean, it does because it's like a very different life to being in Berlin or in Cologne, for example, because it's like a lot of nature and you have like very beautiful landscapes and you have like it's so different in the ways because you have the big mountains and you just okay, 10 minutes
And
and
the
you're
castle, and the
yeah,
castle,
the castles as
Gutenberg
well, yeah.
Castle.
The
Yeah.
Burg Gutenberg, yeah, we went to the place actually when like Fender guitars came over to Balzers. They wanted to see, hey, how was it there and how I grew up, and we went to the castle as well, and I really like it. It's kind of vampire vibes, so
Okay, yeah, like
that's the stuff I
Romania.
like. I always loved that, but I gotta say, like Germany has like some amazing castles as well, so. I love both. It's, you know what I mean? It's just the mountains are definitely higher in Liechtenstein than in Germany, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Uh,
Um,
um,
Black Glitter. What's the song about?
Well, the song is for me is an answer to the people that never really accepted my identity, I think, and that's what the song focuses on, because I always try to write a song that really, 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 gives an answer to people not accepting who I am. And for me, that was like something I never really nailed in a song track. And I like in lyrics wise, I think. And that's why I wanted to give those people an answer and also give like people that feel the way that I feel or am feeling, give them like a voice. And that's why the song sounds epic like that. And it's the reason why the song has like so many guitars and it sounds like a big anthem and it has like the choir and stuff. And it's just in your face. And it's like, it has like some fragile moments in the beginning. Like it's soft in the beginning, but then it goes into that feeling of, hey, I'm valid the way I am. And I think that's what the song really is about.
So it's a message to say to the other people, be yourself, be free,
Absolutely, yeah.
do what you want.
Yeah, I think it's kind of in that made sense. Yeah, I think that would be like the easy way to explain it. Yeah.
You identify as non-binaire. Now the song contest is then the place to be because Nemo identified that way also from Ireland. We had a singer. Uh, is it also an inspiration for you? Those people?
I mean, all those people are inspirations. I mean, like everyone is kind of like an inspiration to me, or like when it comes back to Bowie, for example, like Bowie sat in a TV show and they asked him, "Hey, are those like shoes that women wear?" No, he said, "No, they're just shoes." And that's what it's about. So I think I always feel inspired by other artists that are kind of very honest to their identity. And back then, for example, it was about bisexuality. It was such a big thing for people. Oh my gosh, no way Bowie is talking about that. And of course, like the other artists from Eurovision are a very big inspiration as well, because they really show what they're feeling and they don't hesitate to show their identity. And that's what is very important about Eurovision, of course. Yeah. Especially in the world right now, because the world is kind of getting much colder, more conservative, and like it's necessary to speak up about, especially for young people, to for them to feel valid in this generation now. Yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
also a message to the young kids
I
to
think,
say,
yeah,
you are the person who love you.
yeah. I
You're
think, I
not.
mean, whenever I played shows in when I played shows in Germany, for example, I had like many young people that came to me and told me, "Hey, thank you so much for making this and being yourself and showing yourself and writing those lyrics because we feel seen because of that." And for me, that's one of the most important things as well, because when I was like a child and when I was younger, for me, all those people were very important, like artists that I could kind of feel close to, and they really helped me to develop as a person. And I really got into that feeling of, hey, you mean a lot to young people and you can inspire them. So be an inspiration and tell them that they're valid and they're great the way they are. And I think that's something I see in myself as a mission, or like as a the thing I really want to do. So I want to inspire young people to be themselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm very curious what your staging is going to be, and of course you can't tell everything, but can you spill some beans about what you will be wearing?
I
Are you
could, yeah.
satisfied? Yeah,
I think well, it's gonna be a rock show, so we're gonna have a band, of course. It's just like the first thing we really talked about was, hey, um, do you want to be solo on stage? And I was like, no, I want to have like a band because that really puts focus on the thing. I want uh, like an amount of people on stage that really push the song into the bigness that the song has, I think. And it's like the song has like many guitar layers, so we have like more than one guitar, of course. It has like very epic drums as well. So it just needed that. And I think we're currently working on the looks. So we're like, I know what I'm gonna wear. I think I know what I want the band to wear. It's gonna be, well, how much do I say? It's gonna be it's gonna be suits and it's gonna be some skin as well. So it's gonna be a bit sexy as well, I think, and it's gonna be like a rock and roll show, I think. That would be like one thing I can really explain. I might wear like a white suit. We're trying to work on like a very specific suit that I want to wear, and we're gonna do the fitting next week and have like a designer that is doing it. So it's gonna be a good look, I think.
So
Yeah.
the tailor has to work something out for you.
Yeah, the tailor has to work something out for me because I have like very specific ideas of how I want it. Because yeah, like fashion and the looks are have always been very important to my branding. So like I think it's always very important to have like a good stage outfit.
Isn't it too late to work on a dress for the
No, not at
show?
all. No, because next week we're gonna have the outfit and this week we're finishing it, so it's totally fine. I mean, it's of course a bit tight in the schedule, but I know exactly what I want, and the tailor has already started doing it, so I think we're gonna be fine. I mean, I wish it would be earlier in the end, it's okay, I think.
Hey, I think you needed also to have a band on stage because of your
Mhm.
number. Otherwise, it looks like yeah. Then you're
Yeah,
missing something.
exactly. Yeah, that's why, and it's also important to have the band in a very good look, so they need to have like well tailored suits as well, and that's what we're going for. And I want them to really feel that tune and the song and really kind of be like me, just in another way. They are just the way they are, but they just, yeah, I think it adds up to each other because I always felt better when I had a band behind my back, and it really is important for music. It's every great artist needed it. Jim Morrison needed the band. Hendrix needed Mitch Mitchell and all the other guys. Bowie needed the band as well,
Hmm.
and I think that's always why songs are great. Or Mark Knopfler or Eric Clapton, like all those artists had big and great bands, and that's why it's about. I think when it comes to a stage setting, yeah,
And does the band have a name? Is
the
it?
band does not. No, I
Uh,
think I was thinking I should probably have something with Wavy Boy plus something like Jimi Hendrix and the Experienced. I think I love that how Hendrix did it, but I haven't. No, I'm open about ideas if you have any.
Wiffy Boy and the Wiffy Boys.
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, I mean we're not only boys, so maybe
Oh,
we get
okay.
something gender neutral. I think that would be greater. I think, but something with Wavy Boy plus. I think Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. We need something like
Yeah.
that. We need some kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Gotta think about it until next week.
Yeah. Um, have you ever watched the Eurovision Song Contest?
If I've ever worked, how
No,
do you mean? Like,
watched.
I
Have you?
watched. I've watched it. Yeah, I've watched it like frequently. Like I think nearly every year. I think, but I really loved watching it back then when I was like a child with my family and my mother and everyone. I think it was. Yeah, it's always was some kind of a core memory we had, and I really liked the Måneskin one. I also liked Lucio and Catharsis last year was great as well.
So you're a bit of a fan, and you think I want to be there.
Yeah, I think for me it always made sense to do it because I mean, haven't really thought about it that much, but people frequently told me, "Hey, you got everything on the table. You got the looks, you got the music, you have like the fashion, you have like the message behind your music. I think it might work." So I mean, I thought about it, but for me, it was the same thing I had with watching Rock am Ring and watching Placebo or Linkin Park Live in Texas or something back then. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be on stage. It was like the general feeling, oh, I want to be on stage and I want to like make a nice show. And it was like a general feeling of, hey, I want to be there. So yeah, I thought about it And because music is, I think music gets like an additional thing when it's on stage. Like listening to music on vinyls and like watching a music video and listening to it on streaming services is one thing, but really going to a concert and stuff that changes your mind, I think. Like seeing something presented on stage. It was like the same experience I had with, I don't know, other bands. Went to Radiohead in December, for example. It was like, it blew my mind because it was so different to have a band really on stage and not only in your ears. It just changed it. Like it really could change stuff in music.
How
Yeah.
did the people in Liechtenstein react on your participant in Germany?
Oh, they love it, I think. So far I've only gotten like great responses. I haven't really read anything bad or heard anything bad about it. So I think they like it. I think they're happy about it. I mean, if they haven't heard anything else yet, I think it's good.
Yeah.
So you could
There,
probably be the first person from Liechtenstein on the Eurovision stage.
I could, yeah. I think I'm probably the first one. I could, maybe. I think, yeah. I think I've read comments about it, and some people in the Eurovision community said it would be the first one, yeah. Sorry, getting like
yeah.
real
And
quick.
there have been a lot of national finals already. For the preparation, do you watch those finals in other countries?
I usually don't because I'm so excited anyways. I really need to keep it down. You know, I don't watch it too often because I'm so focused on my own gig next week. You know what I mean? It's just because if I start watching those, I'm like, oh gosh, I start comparing and I start like watching what are they doing? What am I doing? And I really want to focus on myself and my band and my stage right now. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, that's a good thing, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a healthy one.
Unfortunately, we are going to end this interview. Um, we've got two other questions. What's your all-time Eurovision favorite?
My all-time favorite Eurovision. Um, I think it might be Måneskin or Lucio from last year, so the Italian ones, or Catharsis. I think those are my favorites currently.
Okay, dann und wir hoffen, euch dann nächste Woche Samstagabend nach der Sendung noch zu sehen.
Ich auch. Vielen Dank
Gut,
euch auch, auf jeden Fall.
ja,
Okay. Ja,
bitte
vielen Dank.
sehr, viel Glück und bis nachher.
Danke.
Okay,
Tschüssi.
tschüss.
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 Tschüss.